Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the 10 troy ounce hand poured bars from Monarch Precious Metals. So you guys saw me open this in the little unboxing video. It was all wrapped up nice, and then the sticker was in closing it. But I'm not one for bags, so let's take it out of there. I talked about this in another video, that I'm not worried with my bullion and bars as far as fingerprints and tarnishing and stuff like that. Not a big deal. And I will do a video in the future showing you how to clean silver in case you do have tarnished silver and you want to get it nice and shiny again. There are a bunch of different tricks you can use. But anyway, this is one of the coolest forms of silver. I mean, having a hand poured bar or ingot is my personal favorite form of precious metals. Of course, I would love nothing more than to have a 10 ounce bar of gold, but of course the price difference is astronomical. So you know, it's literally 10 troy ounces in weight, but it has a nice heft to it. It really feels good in the hand. It's a substantial amount of, it's just a solid chunk of pure silver, and it's just a really cool thing to own. It's fun to fondle, and you know, since I've got this, every now and then I'll just take it out, I look at it. It doesn't change, it's not morphing, it's the exact same thing as I saw last time, but it feels good. It actually lifts my spirits. If I feel down or something, I'll kind of look at it and be like, yeah, it's cool. And you know, no different than looking at a really cool knife or a really cool piece of gear. It's exciting, it's fun, it's a hobby. But I think the best hobby you can have is collecting money, right? Makes sense to me. But anyway, the specifics on it, you can see, like all real precious metals, there's a couple key things that you want on there, and if they're not on there, you have a serious problem. The first thing is going to be the purity of the metal in question. And on here on the left hand side, you can see 999 fine silver. Now 0.999 relates to 99.9% pure. There's no such thing as 100% pure silver. In fact, if you ever get a piece of silver and it says 100% silver, it's not real silver. It's impossible to be 100% pure. There are companies that go through a different process that you might get 4 nines fine. So instead of 0.999 fine, it'll be 0.9999. There's 4 of them. I think maybe one of the Maple Leafs or something has that. I know there's another coin that came out that has that, and some companies will mark their silver like that. That's the difference between 99.9% pure and 99.99% pure. Obviously just another decimal. The purity is so slightly different. To me, it doesn't make a difference, but some people like the 4 nines, I guess. It's maybe the new thing. Kind of cool, but really makes not much difference at all. And besides the purity and stating what it is, in this case silver, you also want the weight in troy ounces. Precious metals are weighed in troy ounces. It's a different weight system. Okay, troy ounce is heavier than a standard ounce. Okay, so 10 ounces of something else is not as heavy as 10 troy ounces, like physically is heavy. So I'll do a different video on terminology soon about precious metals, so you guys understand a little better if it's something that you don't know about. But and then of course we have Monarch Precious Metals on here and their awesome logo with the crown MPM. What I really like about this bar, besides just the heft, is the individuality, the uniqueness of being a hand-poured bar. It's imperfect, it's unique, it's a one of a kind. There's no other bar identical to this. It has a very beautiful shiny finish. I mean, just naturally, even when touching and stuff, won't tarnish up as easily. But just that roughness of it is really, to me, looks like real treasure. I have a couple things in the background to compare this to. These are 3 1 ounce bars. And the first thing I'll show you is when I sold all my silver, I didn't sell all my silver. There was a couple key pieces that were important to me and meant something to me. And one of them was my old Monarch Precious Metals 1 ounce hand poured bar. So here's the difference between 1 ounce and 10 ounces. Okay, and obviously in size, but also thickness. So there's 10 of these. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and 2 high. That seems about right. But this was just one of the coolest things ever. And I gave a bunch of these away for a contest. I think I gave 5 of them away. And even this feels kind of heavy compared to just like a standard 1 ounce coin. Even though they weigh the same, it just, I don't know. Maybe it's part of it's mental, but This is like real treasure to me. Now, having something hand poured it's personal preference. Some people may ask, well, what's worth more? What are people looking for more? There's no answer to that. It's preference. Some people like the uniqueness, of a hand poured bar, the novelty of it. There's definitely a huge market for it right now. Some people stay away from these because they think that, they can be fake or whatever. There's potential for any silver or gold to be fake. If you really 110% want to stay away from worrying about if your silver is ever going to be in question, stick with your silver eagles and stuff like that, because government issued silver is usually never in question. It's too hard to fake, and they're the most sought after. But with that comes a premium. You're going to end up paying more for that as opposed to this. Monarch's prices are very, very reasonable, very competitive as well. Although they're a smaller company, I like Monarch Precious Metals a lot because they're not as big as some of the big boys. I mean, APMEX is one of the biggest companies out there, but they're still an established company. And in a lot of different respects, their prices are better than APMEX. But if you're talking about reselling your silver down the road, Monarch stuff does not get questioned very often at all. They not only are an established company, but they have a lot of respect in the metals community. All right, and something else that I learned is that when they're doing these hand-poured bars, because they're not as precise as something that's machined, they will never underweight it. Okay, so this is marked 10 troy ounces. This will weigh exactly 10 troy ounces or more. Okay, so if it's a gram or two more, they don't shave it off, to make sure it's right. They'll say, whatever, that's fine. But if it's even, 0.1 gram less than 10 troy ounces, it'll get scrapped. It'll go back into the big pile of, of silver and get remelted down and repoured. So that's a huge bonus to me. It shows the quality and consistency in the company. And that's why I stick with Monarch Precious Metals, and it's why I like their stuff so much. Their particular stuff, they of course offer other brands and other silver on their website as well as gold. But I like their specific products. I like the logo, it's cool, and specifically their hand-poured stuff is one of my favorite forms of silver ever. If you are investing over time in a bunch of different types of silver, any type of investment person who knows anything about this kind of stuff will tell you versatility is good. Some may say, yeah, go with hand-poured stuff. Some may say go with coins. Some people may say go with 40% junk silver. Everyone has their personal preference as to what they like, but they'll all agree, have some variety. So if you're going to invest in a large quantity, you might want to get a couple of these and then get a couple of the machined bars. Here's an example of a machined bar. This is also 1 troy ounce, but the one on the right is machined. The flats are a little bit more flat. Okay, a little bit more detail in it. This is an old one. This is from 1981. Okay, it's just a crisper, cleaner look overall, but not as unique and individual. It's 6 to 1, half dozen the other. It's the same thing. They have the same amount of silver. They're worth exactly the same amount of money, but depending on who's buying it, you might get a premium for one or the other, depending on what they like. So my suggestion is always be a little bit versatile, but having some hand-poured stuff is definitely a good idea because there is a demand for it out there. Here's a bar. Obviously, it's also 1 troy ounce, even though it looks a lot smaller. It's thinner. Some people prefer these little art bars. This is another form of it. This is depicting the Boston Tea Party. So this came out in 1973. Same deal. But it's just, it's preference. I like the machine stuff, but I really love the hand-poured stuff. This is my preference. And if I could, I'd get 10 more of these things in a heartbeat. It's awesome, it feels good, and it looks even better next to a bunch of other ones. So I highly, highly recommend it if you guys are looking for a 10-ounce piece of silver. And now, of course, prices will always fluctuate, and it's time sensitive too. Whatever I tell you right now could be different a week from now, will probably be different a year from now. But right now, this is around $300 worth of silver, 10 troy ounces, okay, at about $28, $29 a troy ounce. So in that range. Of course, the more you buy, the less each one buys. It's like anything else. If you buy a bunch of it, you're going to get a little bit of a discount. And don't forget, before March is over, if you're ordering anything from the website, I have a separate video on the coupon codes, which I'll link you in the description box as well. So you can save $4 on your order, or if you're ordering more than $1,250, you'll save $25. so that'll easily cover shipping for you. So this is just my personal favorite type of silver in general, is the hand poured stuff. But I will also try in the future to invest in some of the machine stuff as well. But there's just something about it. There's something really special about a hand poured piece of silver. It feels like history. It feels great, and the weight is amazing. I mean, this is 10 ounces. I love to feel a 100-ounce bar, and I would love to pick up and struggle to hold a 1,000-ounce bar of silver. Yep, they're out there, but they're about $30,000. And I don't have that hiding under my bed anywhere or in a sock drawer somewhere. But who knows, maybe one day. So that's it. Just want to give you a little comparison here and talk a little bit about this particular bar. And just tell you that I do like Monarch Precious Metals because of that. A lot of other companies do that, but some companies don't. But they will never ever underweight a bar. And I do when I get this stuff, and I always suggest no matter where you're getting it from, when you get something, don't just assume it is what it is. You know, get yourself one of those cheap little digital scales. Make sure it has a troy ounce function on there, because it's not regular ounces. Make sure you're in the troy ounce setting. It's OZT. It's the abbreviation for that. And make sure that, you know, it's weighing what it's supposed to weigh. But you'll never find that it weighs less than what it's marked. If anything, it'll weigh slightly more. So it's a nice touch. That's it. Just a little review on this. I'm going to talk about the 5 gram bars in a separate video as well. So much more affordable option than the 10-ounce chunk. But it feels good to have a chunk. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.